And with this, we are joined by Miss Naela Chohan. Now, giving you a little bit about Miss Naela Chohan, she is the
former
former ambassador
of Pakistan, and she has been posted all around the world, and she has experienced vast cultures and vast arts and everything. And we wanted to ask her about how she sees the beautification of Islamabad. Yes, Ms. Naela Chohan, thank you so much for joining us first and foremostly.
Thank you so much, Naila, for inviting me. We do have a common name, although different spelling. Yes, Islamabad is always beautiful. It's the most beautiful capital you can think of. And now we have further decorated it. It is basically Pakistan's way of welcoming guests. It's showing respect to your guests because when you beautify your house, you are showing to your guests that we value your presence and we want to do everything to make you comfortable. So, in that sense, it is a very special occasion for Pakistan, and we are one of the most welcoming people in the world. So, as they say, Ji Ayanu, welcome, Pakhair Raghli, to all the guests.
Absolutely.
Now, as Ms. Naela Chohan, a question that I would want to ask, as the former ambassador, you have a vast experience of interactions with all the states that come into the play of international politics. And right before this show, I was talking to some friends of mine back in Lahore, and they were excited about this event happening here in Pakistan. And how do you, for the people of Pakistan who are listening to us right now, both in Pakistan and abroad, how would you describe our capital and the beauty of it when it's appreciated by the community worldwide? How would you express those words?
Well, Islamabad is, there are many capitals which are similar. For example, Canberra, Brasilia, they are all new capitals, but they are based on a different philosophy. In Islamabad, there are grids, so you have avenues in the streets, and it's very well planned. Canberra is also very well planned, but it goes in circles, so it's not like grids, it's in circles. And same goes for Brasilia. They're all planned cities, but they're unique. Islamabad becomes more special because we have basically blended in with nature. So you see all the nature here. Of course, you see that in Canberra also, you see it in Brasilia also. But with Islamabad, when you enter and we are, going on the Faisal Avenue, it is such a beautiful view, especially when it's a little drizzly or a little cloudy. And even when the sun is shining, the flowers, the aroma, and now with special decorations and lights at night also, it's mesmerizing.
Absolutely. So, Ms. Chohan, I actually would love to get into the nitty gritties right now, and I want to talk a little bit more about the SCO. So, how do you see the SCO's influence in shaping regional security and cooperation?
Well, I think SEO has a very important role to play. It is unique as compared to other regional organizations that we have, that it connects two continents. You know, it has a very vast landscape that it covers. It covers a very large population of the world with I mean, if you look at the total GDP, 40% of the world population is part of SCO. So, in that sense, SCO is very special. Uh, the organization was established not very long ago, but when it was established, it was known as Shanghai Five, and it was five countries that were member: China, Russia, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, and Tajikistan. Subsequently, it started growing, and now it has 10 full members. It had first three observers, now it has two observers because Belarus has become a full member now. So Mongolia is, and now you know that their premier is coming, their prime minister is coming. As far as the structure is concerned, you have the heads of states meeting, which is called Council of Head of States, CHS, which was held in Astana in July this year. And then it is Council of Heads of Governments. So it is CHG, which is being held in Pakistan. The chair is basically rotated on alphabetic order. So Pakistan has the privilege to host it this time. And the following meeting will be held in Moscow because after P comes R, so Russia will be the next host early next year. The objective is very important. Initially, when it was established for security of the region because they were newly independent states and there's a lot of, problems they were facing with their borders and all that. But as it expanded from Shanghai 5 to SCO, the agenda also expanded. And at this moment, the meeting that is being held in Islamabad has five major areas of concentration, although out of it, many other topics will come out. Mainly, it is multilateralism. It is also about counterterrorism. It is about trade and investments in the region. And it is about climate change and it is about regional cooperation. So these are the main areas that they'll be focusing on, and from that, emanate other areas of mutual interest between and among the member countries. So
Right, right. So, ma'am, sorry to cut you off, but a question came to my mind since you were talking about this being the largest landmass on this part of the world and having over 40% of the world's population here. The people-to-people contacts and how those increasing those and the significance of SCO in this regard and that boosting the economy of Pakistan and the region over. What would be your comment on that?
Well, it is very important in that because not only is it under the ambit of SCO, there is also CPEC, there's also BRI, and this year connectivity is a very important topic in SCO consultations. So, regional consultations on how to enhance people-to-people contact, whether it is through tourism, whether it's through economic and trade relations, whether it is through air route or land route or sea route. As you know, yesterday the Chinese premier and Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif launched the Gwadar airport also, which means air connectivity, and Gwadar is a deep sea port in the region. So it is very important for the regional countries because most of the Central Asian republics are landlocked. Actually, all of them are, except for they have Caspian Sea, but Caspian Sea is not really a sea, it's a lake. So they are kind of landlocked in that. So they all need accessibility to the ocean, and Pakistan through Gwadar will be the gateway for SCO. And in that context, it is very important bilaterally relations with China and regionally with all the regional countries of SCO, which are members.
Now, Mr. Han, just to kind of understand a little bit about you, I would like to know if you could visit any SCO state, where would you go, and what is one thing that you would like for the delegates from the SCO member states who are in Pakistan? What would you like for them to experience during their trip?
Well, I would like them to experience the similarities in our culture and also the uniqueness of each culture. They're all very beautiful countries. I have been to most of them. Actually, in 1992, when they were newly independent, in Foreign Office in Islamabad, we had, established the Central Asian Republic Division, which was called the CAR Division, and I was one of the first directors there. So I was basically instrumental in drafting policies to enhance our cooperation with the then newly independent countries. Now it's been 2 decades. but I have been deeply involved in that. If you look at, for example, Uzbekistan, Mirza Ghalib was an Uzbek, so you have that connectivity. I personally am Mrs. Chohan, but I am Chughtai. And when I went to Uzbekistan, there's a whole area of Chughtais who welcomed me as though I was a lost friend or a lost family member. So it is very special. The relationship is very special. I've been to Iran. I was one of the
Thank you,
first
ma'am,
female.
Naila, for providing us with such beautiful details and your view regarding the upcoming and the happening right now taking place at SCO Summit here.